Hi, it's Malcolm here and welcome to another PR ratings video. I actually haven't done a PR ratings video for a while, but in this video I want to talk about trends. There seems to be a lot going on about trends again at the moment, and I thought I would add my penny's worth about trends and show you how, using PR ratings, you can do them or research them very, very easily. So in this video I'm going to show you what trends are, how they can be useful, things that you should watch out for when you're trying to follow trends, and two trends that you can use right now. You know, you can go out there and start watching them straight away. So what are trends? Well, basically trends are things that are happening that are different to the norm. So you could argue like a good trend is a favourite is winning at a certain course more often than normal, or a trap is, you know, like it could be that at a course trap one is an average trap, but for some reason there seems to be a lot of runners winning from that trap, or that I call them traps, but you know what I mean. Or it could mean that in a particular class second favourites are winning more often, or it could mean one particular trainer does very well at a particular course and wins more often than you would expect them to win, and that kind of thing. So you know, there are loads of trends out there, and it's just a matter of finding them and then seeing if you can follow them. You've obviously got to be careful with trends, because they can, you know, when you find them, it could be the end of them, or there might not be much longer before the rest of the market adapts to that trend. And because it's a trend, it might only happen for a certain amount of time before, you know, favourites stop winning out of trap one or whatever you like. So, you know, the things you need to look out for are how long are they going to last, and that kind of thing. The other thing is you've got to be careful with trends, is that, and I'll show you this in a minute, is that you can easily look for profit in a trend and not think about how you get to that profit. And I'm going to give you an example of that, because we're going to go through a couple of them. We're going to go through it now. So basically they are useful, they're great to use, and there are loads of them, but just be a little bit careful with them when you do use them. So, you know, you can find them everywhere, and as I said, a lot of people are out there selling them at the moment, but I just wanted to show you my way of looking up trends. So what we're going to do is we are going to change this to lay. We're also going to just lower the date range to 19 months, basically, because really trends are trends and they probably won't happen for that long, so we need to find them. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down PR ratings. Now these tick boxes here, if you untick them, yeah, it's the wrong way around, I'm afraid, but if you untick them, it allows that column to appear here. So we're going to just untick trainers and jockeys, and then those columns will appear there as well, and we're going to click OK. PR ratings will now update, and we will be able to go down and see those two columns. So we've got a trainer column and a jockey column. Now we're laying, so the results are all going to be about lays. So we're going to hit the trainer button. Now there's quite a lot of information here, so you know, this doesn't just instantly load. It does take you know, 30 seconds, sometimes a minute, maybe a little bit longer depending on how long you're doing it, but for the information you're going to get, it's well worth the wait. So just, you know, just sit there and be patient and wait for it to happen. Okay, once it's loaded, then you'll get a list of trainers and their profit as far as laying is concerned. Now this is like a quick hack. It's not inaccurate or anything like that, but there might be a couple of a little bit of variance between this screen and the actual proper screen, but generally it is very accurate. The way it's worked out is by point. Obviously if you lose, you lose whatever the odds are, -1, and if you win, you only win instead of 1 point, you win 0.95 of a point because you have to pay 5% commission, and that's how it's worked out. So if we carry down here, we can see different runners. Now, a couple of things you should look out for when you're looking for profit, and I mentioned this earlier on, is that you want strike rate, especially on the lay side, to be quite high. Otherwise, you're going to go through a lot of losers. You know, if you go down to 80s and stuff like that, then you know you could be looking at losers, and you might not like, you know, the losing streak, and so be a little bit careful with that. So like this one here, Ali Strong, it's a 97% strike rate, so that means you're hardly losing at all. In fact, 3 times in that respect. So, and if we come down, we'll pick another one, B Ellison here, so 198 points, 89.6. So you have lost a few times over the course of these bets, but not, you know, majorly. So we're gonna look at this trainer. So we've already now have got a list of trainers to look at. So the next thing to do is go back to PR ratings and have a look at them. So we come up to the trainer box. We can put in, if we type B on the keyboard, it will take us down to the Bs, and then we just have to look up B Ellison, so that one there. Okay, and we update again the code. Now there are thousands upon thousands of results in the database, nearly 1 million I think now. So you know, it is worth, you know, cutting down the amount of searches you go for, because otherwise it will take a while. So as we can see, if we look at the month by month results, we can see that apart from one pretty bad month, well, a couple up there as well, but the last few months this has been a really good trend to be on. And you know, as far as laying is concerned, we've been hitting, in fact last month, because this is the 1st to the 7th, so last month I hit 91.84% strike rate. Brilliant. So definitely worth looking out for, a 92% there. Now you don't have to stop there. With PR ratings you can actually do more. You could actually look at, say, the courses, and you could see whether, you know, is there certain courses that appeal or work better. So we've got a Newcastle here, is one. You might want to stay away from Kempton, or you know, another course like Atoxexta, whatever it is. I never say that word properly. Or Wolverhampton. There are some courses you might want to stay away from, and you could even decide whether the number of runners in the race, or the race class. So race class is a classic. So you know, you wouldn't have made profit at race class 2, so you could only stick, you should maybe only want to stick to 3, 4, 5 and 6. So if we go back to PR ratings, and we go to the class order, so we could go 3, 4, 5, and there wouldn't be 7s in this results anyway, but we go to 3 to 6, and click and update and see where that gets us. So the trend is pretty similar actually. I think that loss has gone down a little bit, that kind of thing, but you might lose some profit. And this is the kind of thing you need to watch out for when you, it's so easy to keep digging deeper without remembering where you've been. And it's always good to look back and check or take notes and say, well, hold on a second, you know, we made more profit last month if we'd have kept those classes in. It just happens there was a few losers in that class, but overall we'd have made more profit. And you can really dig down to all sorts of things. And with PR ratings, obviously you can save the settings when you finally decide, oh yeah, I really like what I found. You can give it a file name, save it, and then recall it at any time, and even create a selection link from that, so that you can run that selection link and find out if that runner is running at that course, or that trainer running at that course. So that's the a quick way of getting a trend on trainers. Okay, this next trend is going to be a lay trend again, and we're going to only do it in the flat season. And what we're going to do is we're going to select ages. So we're kind of in July, so the flat season is obviously in full swing, and we're just going to update that quickly, and then come down to age and open that up and let that run for a few seconds. Sorry, it's cut off a little bit at the top. It's just the way the screen is. But number 2 is minus 761. Age 3 1284. Maybe they would look at be good to look at as a back method. I don't know. But what I'm interested in is this one here, age 5, 89.85%, and £542. 542.91 points profit. So let's have a look at age 5 and see. All we have to do is change that to 5 and that to 5, and then update it, and in a few seconds it will give us the results. So just let that update down here. Okay, so as you can see, it's actually pretty good. It did have a bit of a downturn and a pretty level downturn, but it's back up. And if we look at the month by month chart, we can see that actually this month, we've just started off this month, July obviously, and there's been 27 selections and 25 wins, and the price is quite low at the moment, 4.56, and the profit last month was absolutely amazing. The month before had a couple of little bad months. And close to the end of last season, we did finish off with a winning month. So that's quite a good trend, because it looks like it's been carrying over. Now, obviously, if 676 selections is too much for you, what you could do is look at other trends like the course. So if we load up the courses, and we can see in places where we could make, so Ascot, sorry, that's right at the top, but that's 138.61 points profit out of a possible, what did we have? We say we had? Sorry. So 549. So Ascot's responsible for quite a bit of that. And then we've got all these odd courses, but then we've got courses that it doesn't work very well at. Carlisle, Doncaster. Redcar is one that you may want to stay away from, especially Thirsk. So these are tracks that you could, say, right, I'm not going to use it on those. And other ones where the strike rate is a bit lower or the average price is higher, you could stay away from those as well, and then build yourself up a course by course selection method. So you're not you're not going on every course, but when these ones come up like Ascot or Bath or Beverley, then you can say, all right, I'm going to be on them today. And ones where it's showing very small profit, generally, you could, in this particular case, you could just go for 90%. So you could go Ascot, Beverley, Brighton, Doncaster, Epsom, and then just go to those courses, which will cut down your selections but give you a better profit possibly. So if we just had a look at Ascot quickly, which we can do by just going here and updating again, we can see where that profit's come from, and you can look at all of these individually and you can see Ascot's done really well. So that one trend on its own, Ascot, has made points month in, month out, apart from 1 month. But even last month it made 51 points. So that's a great trend. So that's how you can use PR ratings to do trends. I'm probably just pop over to PR ratings, and you can do lots of trends on your own, and you can really dig down into each one. Obviously you want to be a bit careful about how deep you go and what it actually means, but there are lots and lots of ways that you can look at racing, and PR ratings gives you, I think at last count it was like 300 ways it could do it. So yeah, anyway, that's the end of the video. There's 2 trends I've given you that are very, very profitable, and that last age 5-year-old is quite interesting, and that might make you look at 5-year-olds a little bit differently now when you see them on course and racing. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please subscribe. When you subscribe, hit the bell, and then you'll be notified of when new videos are released. And please, if you like it, give me a thumbs up. Okay, thanks. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.